Welcome everybody to another Bullcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we're still not at our normal setup, watching Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2, Episode 10. Yeah, we've ended up staying a couple more days than we expected, but this will definitely be... No, it won't be. Gleipnir will be recorded here. We're heading back to our normal setup soon. Don't worry. What happened last episode of Kaguya?
What was last episode? We found out the most important thing, and that's Ishigami had camo boxer briefs.
That's definitely the highlight, for sure.
We found out a little bit more about Miko and how she
wanted to quit?
Yeah, she wanted to quit because...
Or was that the episode before?
It was last episode.
I think you're right.
The leadership at the school was not what she had anticipated.
Yeah.
So she was having some doubts.
Mm-hmm. There's some disagreement in the comments about my critique of Miko. I still think that's just my reading. Like that whole thing about her, you know, only seeing the bad in people, wanting to go on this moral crusade, wanting to like fight the power just for the sake of it, not actually for creating positive change. That's just my perspective. A lot of people seem to disagree with that sort of reading of the character. And all the stuff with the Ishigami now is a part of the cheerleading squad.
Yeah, he's on the cheerleading squad.
I thought that it was going to end with, you know what? My friends are right here, and I don't need to be anybody but myself. I can just...
But he's committed.
But now he's, like, in too deep, and he can't just quit for the sake of it. So yeah, ready to see what's gonna happen this episode of Kaguya. We're having a special announcement live stream at 5K subscribers. We're really close. We're gearing up right there. It might be a little bit late because we got some stuff we got to take care of early this week. But when we hit 5K, we're going to be having a special live stream with Q&A, with some announcements, with a bunch of cool stuff. And, you know, it's going to be really awesome.
Can't really talk about it or else we wouldn't have an announcement.
Exactly, yeah. Lots of announcements coming in the next announcements. Yeah, so make sure that if you haven't subscribed already, that you subscribe, because once we hit 5K, you're going to get a whole lot more from us. Yeah,
subscribe to our backup channel.
And our backup channel, Boldcast Backup, just in case anything happens to this one. And follow our Instagram, @BoldcastMedia. With that, hope you enjoy this episode of Kaguya-sama Love is War, Season 2, Episode 10. And we're just going to get right into it. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's go.
Ooh.
Dramatic opener. Well, the text is different. Okay. Oh my god, I was not expecting that.
Reintroduction of that character.
I love Kay. She's so cute. Never gets old. I don't get why they keep showing the principal
for no reason.
He's not, even though they cut the the chapter that he was in, because it's not relevant anymore.
There was Kaguya's hand thing.
Oh yeah.
Not eating any of the peppers. Oh no.
Wow. So their mom just ditched him. Relies on her superior brain.
Verbal abuse.
I wonder who she thinks it is. I bet she thinks it's Chika.
I mean, was that Just to be funny.
I think that he was a boomer saying shit he doesn't understand.
Oh.
Oh, he's actually taking that serious. Yikes. Didn't... Oh no. She's exactly right though. It wasn't just a one episode gag, that's actually her thing now. She does think it's Chika.
Oh no. What is going on?
Just training him again. Oh my god.
No. Oh.
As usual.
Professional.
She's just giving up on him for once. Third time's the charm.
Miko. Oh, Kaguya.
Oh yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing. Okay.
Chika's a true artist.
That was pretty intense, just random insert. She cares so deeply about this shit.
Gonna like dislocate his arms. This-
我こそは母だと主張する女性2人に綱引きをさせた。そして痛がることこそ俺にふさわしいと裁いた。それはそう。
What?
Did they just like loosen him up?
あの気持ち。
They're singing too. Who is she imitating?
しかし、あ、ミコちゃん、風紀委員が現れました。13以上なら回避成功です。
Are they LARPing? What is this?
テーブル、はあ、見てわかんない。
Oh yeah, that's her board game club. I forgot she was in another club.
よし、セクイテンカプセルをしよう。失敗。再発してしまいました。
Saitama's a province or a prefecture.
お前が言うな。
残念だけどゲーム OB 会の収録で高速の違い法禁止だ。
Nice.
ああ、そう。ならそこを一歩でも出れば没収していいのね。中学3年生の時、君は意中の女子にストーカー行為を働いた上、
Whoa.
いる男子に暴行した。この事件について石神からの弁明は全くなかった。結果的になんかさ、よく平気な顔して学校来れるよね。だけのことしたら普通
平気なように見える。
私が見てきた石神優という人間は器用ながらも理不尽を嫌う人間だ。ミコちゃんと石神を高等部に進学させないのは横暴すぎる判断ではないでしょうか。抗議します。
面白そうな話してますね。どうしたのかな？
本当にとても仲が悪いけど。
よーし休憩。
団長、
なんだ？
1年の石神ですが、
うん？
遊び半分で応援団入ったわけじゃないと思うので。
言われなくても見てりゃわかるって。
大丈夫、任せておいて。とまあ、清く正しい学園生活をサポート、風紀委員の仕事というわけなのです。
今日の俺に隙はない。恥をかくようなこと何も。
Oh no.
Cracking open a cold one.
俺の体育祭終わった。
It's me, Dad.
暇だったから。この職業使え。もしかして踊り取ってたの？おお、なかなか綺麗に撮れてるぞ。
He's gonna see that he didn't
父親らしいこ
look
とを。
really cool.
待ってくれ。彼は私の娘を取るのに協力してくれたんだよ。
Oh, it's Chika's dad?
娘ということは、はじめまして。僕は生徒会長の白金みゆきと申します。藤原大地です。よろしく。礼儀正しくしっかりしてなさるでしょうな。いえ、とんでもない。最近になってようやく毛が生えてる。篠宮と親父は絶対僕のことにならん。
なんて私だけ。
Oh.
私も会長を応援した。
She's on the opposite team.
Nice one.
あいつが生徒会長ね。器じゃないだろうに。どうせボロ出さないように必死にやってんだろう。
聞き捨てなりませんね。白金会長。この学校の大事な立派な方です。副会長篠宮かぐや。あなたよりよっぽど会長のことは分かっています。
篠宮。ああ、そういうことか。うん。金みゆきがどういう人間か私に教えてくれないか。
わかりました。会長は学園一の成績です。
それしか能がないんだろう。
選挙で選ばれた生徒会長。
候補者はたかだか数名だろう。
頭もキリッとしていて。
親の遺伝子も良かった。
とにかく会長は素敵な人なんです。なんでわからないの？
ションをするけどな。だがその程度の話は私も知っている。野宮かぐやにとって彼はどういう存在なのかい？
Breathing on the lens.
だってどういう存在？世にいい人なんていないと思う。体調がいい人ぶるたびに心の奥底にあるであろう醜い企てをあぶり出してやろうなんて思っている。でもそれはいつまで経っても見つけられなくて、そのうち根負けして情みたいなタイプも世の中にはいるんだと認めたんです。世の中意外と打算なしに動いていることも多いと気づき始めて、少しだけ変わったんです。会長には感謝しているんです。そう育ててくれたご両親にお礼を申し上げたいほど。
ほう。みゆきのこと
ほう。
なんでそんな
ことを見ず知らずの人に言わなきゃならないんですか？
とても知りたいからだ。好きか嫌いかで言ったらどっちだ？将来的に結婚だ。そう言ってるようなものとは思わないのか。
何なんですか？
まだいたのか。
Red alert.
シロミヤ。
会長、そちらの方とお知り合いですか？
No.
人だよ。どうも、みゆきパパです。
Miyuki Papa です。
当然だ。
That's her. Episode 10 of Season 2 of Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Ouch. That's my hurt arm.
Soran!
So, is the sports festival over now, or is it like, does it go on for multiple days?
I don't know, actually.
I mean, we're close to the end, so it seems like they probably wouldn't start anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know, everyone was, like, talking about the sports festival, and if they just did just one episode of it, that's kind of disappointing.
You think? You want more
I
of
don't
the
know,
sports
it was good.
festival?
I want more of Ishigami doing stuff at the sports festival.
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of that.
No.
Like, they built it up a lot last episode. But he was kind of kicking ass there. It's funny that, I don't know, that's a cool insight. Because, like, he was sort of, the whole point of him joining the cheerleading squad was to try and, like, understand normal people. Or, like, to see if he was a piece of shit. Or if it was everyone else. And, but it's interesting that it's not, I mean...
It wasn't as a joke, though.
It wasn't as a joke. But, I don't know how to put it. It's sort of, he's just trying to put himself out there, in a way. Like, there was this sort of complex reasoning of, I need to understand everyone else, but it turns out that it can be boiled down to something as simple as, I don't want to, be understood, or whatever. I want to get what other people are thinking, or get how other people live their lives. I want to,
or just do something.
Be a part of the school in some way. I don't know, it's a little bit more plain and not as, like, crazy complicated. It's something just as simple as, I want to take part in school activities because it's fun. But then his old lover, apparently that's some crazy backstory, by the way.
Yeah.
Apparently, as the story goes, and people seem to really resent him for it, he beat the shit out of a girl's boyfriend because he was stalking this girl. I have a feeling that's not quite the full picture, but he did seem to have some sort of shame about it.
Yeah, but they specifically mentioned that he never said, like, his side of the story ever.
Yeah.
So there's probably more to it than that.
I bet
sure.
that guy was a piece of shit to her or something, and they were friends or something, so, like, he got pissed off, and then, like, kicked his ass, and then he was, like, more popular, and Ishigami's kind of a creeper, or, like, kind of a loner, so the story got spun away from him, but maybe she was like, well, don't say anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's like, yeah, sure. Or he didn't want it to reflect badly on her or something. I could see that happening, because Ichigami's a very selfless guy, despite all the shit. Despite being, like, a horrible student. He does really care about people. I love a big present from Papa Shirogane this episode. aka freaking Dio over here.
That's so funny.
It's so obviously Dio. It's so funny now that I like recognize it.
It's so okay. One thing that I loved, like when he came in and he basically did the thing of like the doctor did to Kaguya of like she's like having a problem and then he's like, yes, back in my day, it flashes to like the romantic sunset.
It becomes about him.
But with this, that's like I feel like that's a kind of a common. I mean, they're setting it up to be a common thing with like the parents of the show.
Yeah.
Just like being so messed up from their own lives that they're completely useless at actually helping with the problems. So. Yeah, my own wife has been avoiding me for more than 7 years now, and they're just like, Dad.
Sign the fucking papers already. It's not like she up and disappeared. She's been trying to get away from you. And he's just like, I still have feelings for my wife. Don't tell me my love is impure or whatever. It's funny. It's really sad and depressed because like you see the state that they're in, and it's just like, what a bitch. I mean, I wonder what she. What was actually going on there.
Yeah.
Because, like, I would say that it's, like, kind of outside of what the show might want to cover, but the show surprised us with, like, what backstories they go into, so maybe we'll get more insight into what happened with them in the future. But, I don't know if we do, and I don't want to know if we do. I'd rather be surprised or just have it never happen. But that's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that his parents were split up. That's really interesting.
I guess well, we never saw his mom.
We never saw his mom, but we only saw his dad from like a phone conversation. So I assume that he had a mom. He had a mom in the house, but his freaking dad cracking open it. That's really okay. One thing that I found really weird was that don't their families know each other, like Chika's and Shirogane's families?
The younger sisters are friends.
Okay.
Remember they went shopping together?
Yes, yeah, I know, but that's why, because, like, the dads didn't know each other. Which I guess makes sense, I suppose, because they're, like, in completely different, like, sections of society. Apparently the Fujiwaras are, like, crazy fucking nobility in Japan, like, one of the great clans or some shit. Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, like, it's like how Kaguya's dad, I guess, never... Like, he doesn't know any of her friends.
Kaguya's dad is different, though.
It's different,
Kaguya's dad is a real fucking
Chika's
asshole.
Parents are, like, traveling around and, like, doing all this kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah, what I was confused with was, like, it's understandable that the parents wouldn't know, like, the kids' friends, but the way that the way that their whole, like, family unit, the way that Shirogane and Kei and Chika and her younger sister, the way that they all kind of interacted felt like their families.
Family friends,
yeah. So I guess I just kind of assumed that because they all kind of knew each other.
Yeah, maybe.
But because the dads didn't know each other, I guess that they, like, the younger sisters were friends.
And then the older siblings had to look after the younger siblings.
And they were in the student council together, and they probably knew each other previously a little bit.
Yeah, they probably, like, knew each other from their siblings previously, and then in the student council, now they're friends.
There's just, like, a deeper connection.
Friends,
One thing, speaking of Chika, so we had a theory that, like, Chika actually likes the president earlier. And, like, all this weird sabotage that's like, ooh, kooky Chika interrupted, is actually, like, her actually butting in on purpose to try and fuck up their relationship.
Yeah. Because
we had that theory earlier, and I'm thinking, because the way she was reacting to the whole teacher thing, like, oh yeah, haha, funny, you chose a teacher so quickly, but, like, she was actually pissed off, and, like, when, like, she left and then he didn't, like, follow, and then Kaguya swoops in and steals her student, and then she shows up and is just, like, pissed off. Like,
yeah, that was a bit intense. Because usually when she trains him, it's, like, really funny and lighthearted. I mean, it still turned out that way because then he learned what the net was like. So
that was so funny.
That was really
I love
good.
when and what was the fucking divorce proceedings with, like, ancient, like, the custody of a child or what
yeah, what
even
that?
was that?
I don't even understand that because they're like, I thought it was like, if two people say the child is theirs, and then two women fight over it, and I'm like, wouldn't you know?
Whoever hurts the child more or something?
No, whoever lets go first, because the child is not worth it to them or something.
Where was that?
That was
Was it
during the net thing.
So that wasn't like a common practice. That was the magistrate, like the ruler there in like in feudal times was like handling a dispute, a specific case where two women claimed like a child.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yes, this is what I'll do to decide who the parent truly is.
That's such a weird... I mean, it must have been a small child if the child couldn't say themselves who was its mom.
Maybe they didn't trust, I don't know. Like, it's like in today, if you're younger than 13, you don't get to choose if your parents are divorced. You don't get to choose which parents to go with. Once you turn 13, then you can choose who to live with.
I guess that's true, but that looked like a situation where two different ladies were like, I'm the mom of this child. And they're like, no, I'm the mom of this child. Who are you?
But I think it's just...
It's just
a really interesting way to do that. It's kind of like a weird like proverb or fairy tale type thing, but it's kind of funny that kind of shit actually happened. I don't know. Weird shit like that, because there's a bunch of stuff like that in this show about Japanese history, because this is based, like, as we found out, I think in episode 3, that this is all based on the actual tale of Princess Kaguya, and all their names are torn from it. You know, it's sort of rooted in this lore, in this like Japanese lore. Mm-hmm. So it's funny when you get these like pieces of other like Japanese history or folklore, and they reframe it in kind of a really funny way. I know, it's really cool and kind of it's really interesting. Mm-hmm. But we were talking in the back to the whole Chika thing. Freaking that's Kei thought that, like, I said it during the whole Miyuki relationship advice thing, that Kei probably thinks that it's Chika. And then at the end, those, like, little cards, she's, like, looking at Chika's younger sister and is like, could she be my sister-in-law as well?
That makes sense.
Yeah. She was, like, looking slyly over.
I thought she was, like, gossiping to her and
was
like...
she was thinking, and she was, like, hanging out with her, and then she was just like, could she be my sister-in-law as well? So she does...
The classic, like, two, like, younger girls are like... Oh, if they get married, we'll get sisters. We'll be sisters, yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic move. So yeah, I'm still holding on to that theory.
Let's see who lets go first.
What?
Press play. I just want to see if it shows who lets go.
Technically at the same time, but they showed Chika first.
Chika's his real mom.
I raised that boy! And then, what is she, Stevie Wonder with the glasses? And the piano? Is that who she's trying to be? With her hair pulled back? Oh my god, and the board game club. Playing D&D around the school. I spit literally everywhere. Oh my god, playing D&D around the school, and they're just like... Kobachi, is that her name? Kobachi Asaragi. She's just like... Students who transcend the rules are even more annoying. Because they're all about, like... follow the rules, and then they're like whatever, finding creative ways to break the rules, but those who just go above it and don't even like, it's just, yeah, it's funny, they're just being a nuisance without actually breaking any rules and doing something completely normal. I don't get
though, because they rolled like all 6s, which I would assume is a natural 20 kind of situation, but instead they treated it like a natural 1,
like they failed and Saitama blew up.
Yeah, so this girl, the blonde girl, back to Ishigami's story, the blonde girl who's beside him she said, it's just on the screen now, I'm surprised you can even come to school and act so nonchalant. Because it's just showing how she was maybe friends with that girl.
Well, she was, like, giving him the side, maybe friends or just, yeah, I guess maybe friends, but she's all, like, side-eyeing. Mm-hmm. And the other girl looked like she went to a different school.
Yeah, they said she transferred schools.
She transferred schools. I missed that part.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because that happened in middle school.
Yeah.
So she transferred schools. Either way, she could have gone to Shuichin Academy.
I guess, but if she transferred schools to get away from him, she probably wouldn't go to the same...
I wonder if that's why... like, Ishigami feels bad about it, but he might just feel bad about, like, the whole situation. I don't know if he actually was a piece of shit.
I can't tell if it's just he actually was creepy and beat up a guy, but that seems really out of character, so maybe there was something else going on, but I can't tell, because they give very little information on purpose.
Because they're going to deliver on it,
Yeah.
obviously, in the
I
future.
hope that they do it this season, or if I have to wait like a whole year
I think they will.
to find out.
I think they will. But it's interesting because she wasn't wearing I was just going to say, she wasn't wearing the same Shuichi uniform. So she doesn't even go to the same high school.
No.
Which means that if this is like such a prestigious high school, either she's not rich enough, either she's not rich enough or she's not, she didn't get good enough grades to get in. But then again, Ishigami has shit grades as well.
Yeah.
So how the fuck did he get into Shuichin Academy?
But didn't you see Miko talking to the principal about how he should be allowed to go to high school?
I don't know what happened to him, but there was obviously a thing where he was going to be kicked out of school,
or he was just not going to be allowed to like get into a good high school.
Yeah. Oh, I guess she was talking to.
She was talking to
the principal of Shuichin.
School,
right?
Yeah.
Right. I thought, I got that confused. I guess. So
and
then
she's
she was
like a prime student as well.
But she is the same age as him.
Yeah, I know.
Correct? Yeah. So she got accepted and was like, "No, you have to let him in." Is that what happened? Is that what I'm?
It just seemed like she was making a good case for him to go to school, and because she's such like a stickler for the rules, and I assume all the teachers at her school would know that she's really like, she wouldn't do that unless there was a reason, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure of the exact situation, but I'm sure like.
So she like appealed to the principal.
Yeah. If, like, say, because the other principal or another teacher was also there at the same moment, and if they know that Miko literally hates him, and just is, like, so strict for the rules, and, like, really believes in doing what's right, blah, 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 blah.
She has some credit.
Yeah, she has a lot of credit, especially with teachers, I'd imagine, more so than students.
100% more than students. All the students fucking hate Miko.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder what the fuck happened where he would be driven to, like, because he's not a physical guy at all. What would cause Ishigami as like chill and not give a fuck and like not physical at all of a person that he is? What would drive him to full on assault somebody?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. I want to know what the deal with that is. Anything else we can?
The dad.
Oh, and that whole conversation with Kaguya.
Yeah, he knew who she was, and then just he has sunglasses on, so she couldn't see the resemblance as well. They have the same
she
eyes.
mentioned his eyes, his strong eyes or whatever, and he's just like, a genetic trait passed down by one of her parents, I expect, or one of his parents, I expect. Yeah, taking credit for it.
Yeah, yeah. Which is pretty funny.
And
just to try and find out if...
And he was just talking shit on him to like see what she would react
say,
with.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Do you have romantic feelings for him?" And she's just like, "I'm not gonna tell you, blah blah blah." And he's like, "You basically just told me about that response." And then he remembered that she was the one who called as well, which is really funny that he even remembered that. I feel like most dads would completely forget that immediately.
Well, I feel like maybe because his wife left, he's a little bit more concerned with what's going on with them.
Yeah, maybe.
In their romantic lives.
So he's just drinking a beer at school.
Yeah,
is
that allowed? Is that allowed?
Like that's not allowed.
That's illegal. You're gonna drink on school property? What the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like...
And the drinking age is older in Japan. Well, not older than the US. I think it's 20 in Japan. But still, I don't think you're allowed, at least here, you're not allowed alcohol of any kind on school grounds. No matter what fucking school it is.
Yeah.
It's not, at least in any high school here. It's a specific, no drugs or alcohol or weapons of any kind zone. And if you're found with that, you could be charged, like, just having it unopened fucking at all. If you bring it on the grounds, you could be charged with a crime. Because it's not fucking allowed. So it's funny to me that he's just, like, sitting in the front row of this sports event, just cracking open a cold one. Or no one cares or, like, talks to him. It must be allowed, I guess. Because it's like,
seems weird,
maybe
though, or else why would they show it?
Maybe because maybe they make an exception for that since it's like a public
like the
event.
Festival, yeah.
It's a festival, so maybe there's something to do with that.
That's just weird, though.
But that's really funny. It's just funny because he's such a dad sitting there with his freaking... Was he wearing a Hawaiian shirt and some aviators just cracking open a beer? Oh my god. He's such a dad. I love how much of a dad they made him. It's really funny. Does he work at a factory?
He had a factory, but it shut down, and that's why his wife left him.
Does he have a job? Or is he looking for one? I forget, they explained.
It seems like, I think they said he's, like, bouncing between jobs all the time. He, like, can't find a steady job.
I want to see when he walked in. I just want to get clarification on that before we end here, because the battery's going to die here any second. When they talk about the apartment. Doesn't have a steady job.
Yeah.
That's all we were looking... Yeah, okay. Yeah, anyway, after all that. He doesn't have a steady job. Their apartment costs roughly $5,000 a month.
That's a lot.
Or, no. 500. So it's like a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartment?
$500, like, dollars?
Yeah. Hang on, let's do the actual conversion just so we get this right. Yeah, 632 Canadian.
My god, even if it was tiny. Literally a studio apartment with just like a room that has a kitchen in it and then a bathroom.
Yeah,
it costs
look at
like
that.
almost
like
$1,000. Yeah.
It's a 1-bedroom.
It's a 1-bedroom.
That's crazy.
But I mean, a one bedroom, not just a studio for like $600. That's pretty good, even if it's really shitty. Even if it's really shitty.
But it's like there's a room like between the bedroom. Or no, is that what I'm getting? No. Oh, is it a 2-bedroom?
Maybe it is a 2-bedroom.
I can't tell. I think that like squiggly line is like a curtain.
Yeah.
In between their rooms, like the kids' rooms.
That's what I was thinking.
And then his is the one next to it. So maybe it's a 2-bedroom. But still, that's even crazier. A 2-bedroom apartment for fucking $632.
I mean, maybe that's like really expensive there.
That's true.
We don't know the housing costs or the minimum wage or like what people earn. But from our perspective, that's insane.
That's a fucking steal. I think that's all we got to say about this episode, as the camera's about to cut out in 1 minute. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Check out the rest of our stuff on our channel. Make sure that you like it before you subscribe, but subscribe, because at 5K we got a bunch of announcements, we got a Q&A live stream, we got a bunch of stuff. Make sure you check out our previous Kaguya reactions, and stay tuned for the next ones to come. We're really loving the show. We're still loving the show. The show gets better and better at every fucking turn. It's awesome.
We're just about to finish up Angel Beats.
Yeah.
So if you maybe watch Angel Beats at some point and want to check out our reactions, go watch those. We're posting ReZero almost every single day.
Indeed, and a bunch of other stuff. Check that out. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.